Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be my preview on Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. Um, let's see, he is a Legend era aggressive striker. He has the Legend era Link, gems do 10% more damage, the stock Bark at the Moon gear. He's a coach. Dual gem damage at 30%. This is decent for Sheriff's Badge setups. Personally, I will usually focus much more on one gem color or the other. And with the amount of trainers I have, I don't feel like this is a trainer that is a big deal for me. I can see some people really liking it for their Sheriff's Badge builds because of the red and the yellow. But for me, it's not too big a deal. It's just a coach. It's an okay one to me. Um, let's see what else. So his release method is a faction spend event. Much like a zero shard release event, I'm not a fan of faction spend events unless they're very cheap. This one on paper was about a $200 per person spend. Of course, there was the mishap, and we're getting awarded bonus points, bringing it down to more like $100 per person in your faction spend. Still super expensive spend. A lot of stuff I don't like about faction spend events, namely that it'll sometimes put more, you feel more inclined to spend to help your faction mates that are really interested in the character. So I'm not a fan of those as far as the event release method. So I'll put that aside now. You know, maybe you pull him in a bag, maybe you get him in the loot, and he's like a limited-ish release. It does look like he will be available in the future. Question mark. It made it look like he wasn't a one-time thing when they said just not so soon. So I think he probably will be back at some point. Um, so there's that on the plus side, I guess. But yeah, I'll just focus on the preview, and we're gonna start with this moveset. No More Tears, 6 MP, 611k damage. Choose 10 gems to make into black gems. Bite, 6 MP, deal 464k damage. Modify a 7x4 random area into traps. If broken by your opponent, deal 142k damage and make 2 random gems into multiply gems of strength 7. If broken by you, deal 142k damage and make 3 random gems into black gems. We're essentially going to use this to do all of our damage. And then the chokehold submission, 8 MP sub, color sub, choose 10 gems to make into purple sub gem, so it's a purple choose. 352k damage, 4 turns. Remaining turn into multiply gems of strength 7. Entourage for this one, we're going with woods. This is more my more friendly build set. I mean, like, this is all actually budget available, right? So woods and Farouk here give you the 6 MP you need to start in feud. Gunther is free this month, and so is Chelsea. They both add damage to your multiply, 60%. Your multiply gems, that's kind of what we're after here, more than the black gems. So that's why we're going with those. Strap for this preview is a 50% strap. No plate to start. I will add one later. And purple move damage metal 200%. So there's that. All right, let's see how this goes. This is Silver Ozzy. We're going to go against Gold Steiner on the road here. So, of course, post 99 MP, you are going to be 7 MP short of the sub in feud this way, so you will make a 7 match. Just a vertical 7 match, and hopefully I don't cascade. Just like so. The rest of your gems don't matter. That fills up your sub. Then go ahead and chuck your random trap thingy here. Now, you do not want to break these trap gems because they're going to chuck black gems, and that could go poorly. Make a 2 matches of 3, and you're good. And then put in some purple gems because they're going to turn into multiplies. It's okay if he matches some of them as long as we get 2 turns out of our sub. It's fine. So I think that's okay-ish. It's hard for me to tell. There's a lot going on the board. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Now as he breaks gems, we're going to get multiplies on the board. So that's a good thing. That's going to make our next move hit. So we did okay with multiply gems. He is full. So you want to keep that in mind. You want to break enough traps. So 3 traps chuck 9 black gems. You probably, if possible, want to break like 6 traps or do a row break on the traps. Also, you can pick up, because the choose black is a lot of gems, you could pick all those up, right? And make sure you get those multiply gems. We're breaking a trap there. And let's just do a row break there, like that. We did miss a couple, but we hit for, what was that, like 28 million damage. Of course, BPP did fill his moves, but you can see that was like a pretty big hit, and we didn't hit everything as completely as we could have. Let's hope he pins us here. I don't really feel like getting subbed, so hopefully he doesn't. Good. Okay, we did reload all of our moves, which is great. Saves us from having to do the choose here. We also do not need to recycle the purple. So we can just try and get multiplies out. Hopefully keep him. He's going to match some of them. It's okay-ish. Let's move that here. Let's just see. Like that. And see how hard we hit here. I would rather break more traps than less. Let's just do that. And make sure we get everything. It's just easier that way to get the multiplies because that's the big damage. Yeah, 21 million gem, 25 with the trap damage. So you can see it's pretty effective on a budget build, essentially. Obviously, you wouldn't be using Fury 2s in that, but that would be his budget build. Okay, next up. We are going to drop the sub. We're going to keep the choose and then put some multiplies in. We're bringing Beastly Maul in and Unholy Howl. So we still got the choose. Beastly Maul, 8 MP black, 404k damage, choose 7x4 area, making a multiply gems of strength 9. And Unholy Howl, finisher, 1.4 mil damage, make 28 multiply into purple, pin the opponent. Entourage for this one. I don't know if I saved that loadout because I didn't have enough room. I am going to run Sherry and Santa for a reason with this build. You, of course, could do this differently if you were willing to take risk, 5 and 3 sort of thing. But I think NWO Hogan is the way to run this, so 2-3 matches loads it. It's much safer. We have Sherry. Of course, if you have Mellow, you toss Mellow on and then you drop Santa, right? So I'll run this with Mellow instead. Actually, you'd still need Santa because it's a 6 MP, but I meant NWO Hogan. So I can run it with Mellow as well and then put in a different coach. But this is the way if you don't have Mellow that you would run this set. So 2-3 matches would load it post 99 MP. We're just going to do that. And then we're going to choose a 7x4 area to make into multiply gems. That looks great. So if you had Bubba's glasses, it would add 50%. And then we're going to change all these purple, which is 841k. $25 million gem damage. That would be 50 at gold. So I do think for this moveset, you really need Mellow, where you can add Mellow and drop NWO Hogan and then add Showboat Brett, right? Which is all I was going for here, because I know a lot of people might not have Mellow. Heck, a lot of people don't have Sherry. So I just wanted to show the damage that way, and I think we accomplished that. All right. Now I'm going to throw Mellow on for you guys instead of Woods. and Brett at the coach. It definitely hits much harder this way once you can add mellow into the equation. And he lets you not have to do the two, and then because then you can have Brett. He lets you not have to do. Sorry, words are hard. I'm struggling here. You don't need Hogan for the matchy match. That's what I was trying to say. Now they're up to 1 million apiece over the what we had before. And that's with a 50% strap, 33 million. Would be 66 at goldish, 60 million at goldish, plus you could put the Bubba's glasses on and 100% strap, so that's pretty good. All right, you guys know I like 2-click, so you can 2-click that same moveset. I do think you'd need 100% strap. I'll just show you how similar it is to hitting, and just because he has got a sub, I'm going to go against Sammy in case it doesn't hit. Same exact move set, but we're just trying to get it 2-click instead. You lose Sherry, and you keep Brett. That's the wrong woods. So this would be loaded in feud, and we are simply just not going to use the choose to start. So we would just drop the multiplies, and then hit the finisher. That does 23 million gem, 46 at gold. Not quite there with a 50% or 100% strap and a bubble plate. Bubble plate wouldn't work. Never mind. With 100% strap, I don't think it quite gets there. So I don't think it's quite 2-click realm, unless you had like a middle line, and then you take Santa off, and then you add like and we want to go off of Sammy now. There's a reason I'm using Steiner is because we're going to use some trap moves right here, and we can't use those against Sammy, right? All right. So I think a lot of people, this will probably be one of their favorite movesets. It's not mine necessarily, but I think a lot of people will love this one. Bunch of different plates you could potentially use with this, like the beefcake plate, and you'll hit some really big numbers and whatnot. You could do probably some choosing nonsense as well, depending what you want to do, right? But I think a lot of people, this will probably be what they like. I'm using Chelsea because I don't want to use LA Knight because he's incredibly rare. So we're just using Chelsea for the multiply damage. Not going to use Leo for the same reason. So the moves, you've seen the trap move set, and you've seen the multiply. That's not what we're using this multiply. This one you haven't seen. 6 MP red. 520k damage. Choose 2 rows to make into multiply gems of strength 15. And we are going Woods, Sting, Santa, so everything's loaded turn 1. Chelsea for the multiply damage. And yeah, this one's pretty okay. So let's check this one out. Chuck your random traps first. Now, if you want to save time, because the multiplies is where all of the damage is here, to be honest, just break a bunch. Do like 2 row breaks or something here, you know? But here's the thing. You want to make sure you break the multiplies, so literally turn them all black, and then do like a row break up here to break all these traps. You take luck out of the equation and it resolves faster. 37 million, and then 40 million total hit, post 99 MP, and you're not waiting as long for it to resolve. That's like 70 million plus at gold with a 50% strap and no plate. I don't think we really need to, and not even ideal setup. I don't think we need to go into that build set any deeper. It already hits hard enough to win with a 50% strap and no plate. So that's pretty cool. And last, and certainly not least, kind of surprisingly, I love this moveset. but it does take a plate to really put it to the next level. And this is, I'm running so it doesn't have a 17K Santa. You could run it with Santa here instead of Chelsea, and then drop Andre. I'll show you what that looks like, and put what's her face on. In fact, you know what? Let me just start. Actually, I'm going to try a few different things for you. I'll show you guys a few different things. Anyway, Beaker Blast. 359k damage, make 30 gems into a mobiles. Flying high again, 520k. You've seen that one. It's the multiply move. And then now you see it, now you don't. Deal a million damage plus 100k bonus damage for every mobile gem. You don't care about that damage, it's negligible. And then deal another million damage and make 13 multiplies into reds. And then we're just boosting the crap out of our red gems and multiplied gems. Andre gives us one more multiply. This is the moveset we're going to mess around with a little bit, because this is my favorite, so we're going to play it a little bit extra. You can choose your 2 rows first. If you care about keeping your immobiles out, make sure you get some rows with reds on them. Chuck your immobile gems. That's kind of cool. Drinks the potion and chucks it. And now do your damage per immobile, which is like, I don't know, not much. And then you get 26 million gem damage, so like 52. Which is pretty good just out of the gate, right? But can this be 2-click? Yeah, that's a great question, Mherex. I don't know. Let's find out. With no plate and a 50% strap, potentially? Boop. Boop. You can see I ran out of loadouts to save. So we're going to ignore the immobile gem move this way. You need to get at least 1 red gem on your multiplies, so that's not hard. There's your 2-click, and let's see what we hit for. That was 31 million. So you're talking like 60 million plus that gold, 2 clicks with a 50% strap. So really you can 2-click him and you don't need to go farther if you have that. But just in case you want something different, I know a lot of people have this plate and they don't really know where to put it because it's not actually that good in most cases. The nearing end skill plate. This is great for this moveset. It gives a really good home for this skill plate. If you don't have quite good enough stuff to 2-click, maybe you don't have Sherry, maybe you don't have Santa, but you do have this plate. Whenever you make 6 or more mobile gems, increase all your gem damage by 350% for 1 turn. So I already showed you with the build set I have, 2-clicking is pretty much hard enough to win. Just because it's equipped, I will entertain people's damage fetishes and see what we can hit with the extra click. And yes, I know I covered up the immobiles. I don't care, because their damage is insignificant. That's 56 million. So, okay. But what if you don't have like Santa, Cherry, all that jazz, and Andre? Let's see what you can do with the nearing end without that. That plate's available in feud bags as well. Good chance you'll come across it. I don't think it's been super crazy on prize walls because it hasn't been super useful. I don't know if that'll continue. But let's go with, and I didn't test this yet, so bear with me, because I wasn't planning on going here on this one, but I do think it's probably worth it. Let's get Bulldog on here. Let's use the two free coaches. So you're loaded in feud. 50% strap, really easy trainers. $1.6. I do like that potion drink. 3 million. Almost doubles your damage output. There you go. 46 million damage. That's like 90 million at gold. I think, to me, honestly, I think triple red's where it's at, or double red with the 2-click, depending on what you want to do. I prefer the 2-click, obviously. No surprise to anyone. So that's Ozzy. Release method aside, let me try and rank him because I really, really dislike this release method. He's faster than Bray, for sure. Gonna hit just as hard. He's definitely faster than Ali. Braun with a middle lane, but Braun needs a middle lane. Is probably as fast. Sammy with the middle lane, gear and moment and everything. Zombie Sammy is faster, but you need a lot more. And Roman, potentially with the middle lane, post 99 MP can do some really wild stuff, but you need super whaley stuff. So, Funk has Cascade risk, but can hit super hard, right? That's probably, I mean, like, he's a top 3, I would say top 3 striker. Top 4 for sure, depending on what you like. I think the 2-click red is very appealing to me, but I already have Zombie Sammy doing what I need him to because I have all the stuff. So I don't know that he's better per se than Sammy. He's different. He's legendary, so that's cool. Yeah, he's really good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. I was on the struggle bus for some of that preview, guys. I mean, like, words were hard. I was getting tongue-tied and stuff.